It's Thankful Thursday. Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk gratitude and how it goes hand in hand with decluttering. So if you'd visited me on Monday and Monday's happiness mindset, we were talking about how happiness and decluttering are aligned. What are the 5 top tips of why decluttering helps grow your happiness in multiple ways? So I thought I'd continue that theme today and bring it in with gratitude. So I'd like to ask all of you a question. What are you holding on to currently that no longer serves you? Do you have situations where you're walking past something in your home and every time you walk by, you say, oh, I need to either put it away, get rid of it, fix it? I have a few of those still in my house. I think we all do. But every time you do that, that just takes a little bit of energy sapping out of you, right? Because it's one more thing to do. But here's my challenge to you. What if you looked at it in a different way? What if you looked at this to say, hey, you no longer are needed in my life, whatever the item is. Thank you for servicing me. I'm going to let go of you now. And just by doing something as simple as that, thanking the item or thanking the object for whatever it allowed you to do in the past, maybe by simply having an internal conversation to let it go will make you get some momentum to actually release it. Or if you see the item and you realize, no, it's something I actually really brings me a lot of joy, and I actually am very grateful for that, actually honor it and put it away or put it in a new spot on a shelf to spotlight its importance to you. Clutter can really weigh down on you mentally, and it's also very distracting if you allow it to happen that way. Some of you may be familiar with Marie Kondo and her whole concept of decluttering with the approach of gratitude and joy. So similar how I was speaking earlier, if you are looking at certain objects in your space and you feel guilty because someone important gave it to you, but maybe it's no longer of need, simply by giving it a gratitude moment, thanking it for its service, so to speak, before you throw it away, donate it, sell it, might make it easier for you not only to release it, but it'll also make you feel freer once you finally took care of that actual chore. Take a moment right now and think of the top space or area in your current home or office that you needs a little decluttering love. What area is that? What room is it that you wish you've been decluttering, whether it's over the last month, the last year, or like for me, my attic, which was the last 13 years? What I would love for you to do is share with me in the comments, what would you like to prioritize to declutter? And what objects are you having a hard time letting go? Let me share a little story with you. About a decade ago, I lost my mom and dad, both different times, but very close to one another, and I'm an only child. So going through a whole house of stuff and not knowing what I would want to keep or let go, I ended up saving a lot of things 10 years ago because I didn't feel ready to release objects that I know were very important to my mom or my father. So some of those things I had upstairs in my attic when I did my recent declutter. When I came across some of those objects, and some of those objects were filing folders, things that had information from 1980 and 1990s on things that don't even exist anymore, but they were there because they were monitored and used by my parents. I realized that it didn't serve me to hold on to those upstairs, But what was important was for me to sit with those items and say, I'm at peace with letting these items go. You know, a lot of us have different decluttering reasons, whether it's stuff that you collected, things that were given to you by people that are no longer here, or maybe it's even things you purchased and you never used and the tags are still on there. And there's a little bit of guilt in your brain saying, well, I can't give it away because I never even used it, so I'm wasting my money. Well, if you have any of those three excuses, and maybe you have more because there are a lot of reasons all of us talk ourselves into holding on to things that we don't need, take yourself into a quiet area in that space and look around and vision with a full, grateful heart, what do you want the space to be that would fill you with joy and gratitude? And as you think about what you want that space to be, consider looking at different objects around you to say, does this item suit or fit that feeling in this space? Because if it doesn't, this is where you're in the right mindset to say, you know what? I don't need these folders anymore. I've honored, in the case of my parents, I honored these folders. I held on to it just in case 10 years later, I have no need for it. I've done my responsibility to hold on to it in case I had to answer any questions post their death. And now that that's over, it's time for me to release it. So I ended up getting a bunch of things and shredding them. And then I was done. I know going through all the kids stuff, I have 3 children that are definitely no longer toddlers, but there were a lot of toddler toys and clothing. And my husband and I had to really debate on what do we keep. And so the conversation really was, what was the most important onesie to hold on to for each of the kids? What were the most important stuffed animals for the kids to hold on to? Not just let's throw everything I've ever owned into bins, but all right, if you're going to put this in a bin to hold on to for the next several years, why? And if it's because there are good memories associated with it and it makes them feel and remember a good time, well, they kept it. But if they kept it because it was just a part of the gang of toys, but they couldn't think of a memory associated with it, they actually realized it's okay to let that go and be thankful that they had it for the time they did. So this is not a long vlog today. This is more about continuing to help all of you out there as we slowly go through the summer and get ready for fall right around the corner. What situation do you have in front of you where you can take an opportunity before the fall comes and then the holiday season comes, which tends to bring more stuff into the house? What could you declutter today? What could you declutter by the end of July so that you have space to breathe, to be creative when we do transition into the new fall season? So I hope this gave you a little food for thought. I know for me, it's a constant reminder. This today, as I'm filming this, I think we're all going into either Amazon Prime Week or Walmart's having major sales. A lot of retailers are doing sales right now because they're getting rid of all their summer stock and getting ready for the fall stock. And so it's very tempting for all of us to buy more things and put in our homes. Nothing wrong with that if it brings you joy. My question for you is, as things are coming in, is this an opportunity for you to then release other things back out so you make space for the new items you're purchasing this week or the next week that come into your door? All right. Well, later this week, fingers crossed on Friday, but maybe Saturday because it's a big project. I'm working on my garden shed to finish this theme of decluttering. So my goal is to share with all of you. So this weekend you can watch how I take my garden shed, which right now has a lot of trash in it and just has a lot of tools and things thrown all over the place, and how I organize it before the season gets away from me so that as we go into summer harvesting and fall harvesting, I don't have to worry about knowing where things are located, and it'll make it that much easier when it's time to actually shut the garden down for winter. Thanks for your time, everybody. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you're having a wonderful summer. This is Summer on Summertime, and we'll talk soon, or we'll see each other soon. Well, you'll see me. You know what I'm talking about. Have a great day. Bye.